SF Uganda is also implementing Pillar 3 of the program, which is local food plants and nutrition. And under this particular pillar, we look at strengthening the coping strategies of communities through improving the intake of nutritious local food plants, but also how to manage these local food plants within the communities.
And that is still connected to diversity, because we know that beside the staple crops that are actually the major work that Pillar 1 do, the Pillar 3 also try to promote the use of local food plants through identification, through domestication.
Ikara mete binu kanu rik chon ngo job chamu pot chem, ikara monu rik bung tie, jori chamu kon chem, o choborogi, o chugagi, no rik ti yibung. Eto tetu ni kum karme bungu tebe do loer ko. Kuri chem minong teru nyo ko tebe do pe. Naka korime dang tebe do pe. Tedong program tebino te chako neno ni miro chak program mekelo kuon korime te kwara re ko ruenja miro duogo me wek jo chak cham.
Under this particular pillar, we have 22 farmer field schools, and that is in the 3 implementing districts: Jumania, Moria, and Apache.
We train them on how to appreciate the local food plants, the contribution of local food plants in their daily nutrition, in terms of providing food and all the other benefits which they realize from those plants.
When the facilitator started lecturing to us about how we should go about life in the community, we saw that we had so many neglected food species in the community, which was called the nose. Now, we went down to list out the names of the food, the foods we have in the community, which were neglected, whereby when we looked at the food which was eaten some long time ago, there were very good plants and there were very good species.
The Pillar 3 schools look at things like the malnutrition problem tree, which help them to understand the cause of malnutrition in the communities, the consequences, and how they can get out of that. That's the solution. There's a seasonal calendar which helps them to understand the seasons in their communities, and also how they can cope up with the particular seasons, especially in the form of food scarcity in their localities.
We have different types of species. There are species which we can domesticate. There are semi-domesticated species, and then there are those ones which are wild. Now, those ones which we can domesticate, we take care of them at homes. Those ones which are semi-domesticated, we take care of them where they are. We make sure we protect them where they are, such that we don't lose the species. Even the ones which are wild in the bushes, we don't ban the bushes now. We take care of them where they are so that we keep having the species. We do no longer want to lose these species because we have learned they are very important in the community, they are very important in our health, so we have them taken care of.
Under Pillar 3, what we have seen is that there is increased knowledge on the role of local food plants in farmer field schools, but also within households and communities.
Because of the trainings here, now they have a diversity of food they can use. They are now able to have different foods in a meal. Now, since that most of them now have established home gardens, like the kitchen gardens. So these kitchen gardens have different plants they are planted. So most often women find it very easy to access the different foods they feel like they should eat, unlike in the past.
Right now we have over 669 households that have improved in nutrition. We see that the food scarcity period has been able to reduce. Previously it was 4 to 6 months, but right now we have 1 to 3 months, meaning that farmers are able to improve their food and nutrition security.
So they had to opt for the use of different local food plants to provide the balanced diets in their homes, and also to now explore more on the medicinal uses of the different plants, because they use them to treat flu. Since COVID manifests most in the form of flu and cough, headaches, and they had the plants which could address all these symptoms.
We are also addressing the community about the importance of these local food plants by doing cookery demonstrations that are organized in our groups. So when we have cooker demonstration, we bring community to see how we cook these local food plants, and then when we cook, we give them, they also taste.
So what the Farmer Field School does is that it identifies different recipes that can be able to improve the taste of the plant. For example, you find that for some vegetables, they have to do groundnut paste to improve the taste, and also for each and every individual in the household to be able to take this type of plants, either children, either sick people. So improving taste is really important for when it comes to local food plants, because majority of them really have a bad taste.
Adusi akutubiora amari okua mosala zitide okonje tsere amari zitoni dekako nje tsere troy tiaro sadi si amali ni hwea eni ovide dwaru adiga
wichu gogoge rwechoge opogoge yomjo shamu nyigeni et nyoido nyori chon wan po nyori do nyo wan po shamu et nyoido mi wadung tuero do chamu wani shani nyoido er shamu wani do en ko jamino na hit kiremete dugi dan poyo wana he kiremete dugi mi ja dam mi ti yakinwa me poyo wa kiremete do mi angio da kirenga mi ra tet kere ka tere de kani bara pore mi ko sugar ka tere atere pa ta leyo ta monino keda medio Gambia ta odo kara shiel ta lelo kere.
As I talk now, one of my youth is surviving because of what she has got from my group. The knowledge that she got from the group, she went and applied at home. And that is the very girl who has lost her father, who has lost her mother. She's just orphaned. But she's just in the group, so the group is mentoring her more.
These farmer field schools are comprised of all different age groups, the young, the old, but also the middle-aged people in the communities. However, we found out that there was a knowledge gap when it comes to the younger people. They really didn't understand the role of these local food plants. So to enable us bridge this gap is that we formed what we call the Neglected and Underutilized Species networks. These comprise of women news networks, but also youth networks. So what these networks do is majorly to create awareness, so that the older generations can be able to use that knowledge that they have of these local food plants and be able to teach it to these young generations.
Abedo chairperson, women news network, atida tello na youth network, dong network kaloro ya patch. Achalo bana no abedo village team ya patch kan atia ma halo isella karchel krisel lo Canada abedo bebea ya kina pochi ya kina otina tino karchel kri mona yach atenu ni ikuri pekini tie pien chema mejo chamo amemir mi kom ki beda yot onwo petie eno mi wante bedo kri kar meneno ni ochak pito ochak nuongo kun chim apapat ameri jo achon chamo cha ochak duogo mewek otino chak chamo mona ya jang chak ngo chak chamo mewek otina manywalo bitkar chel kiri yotakom.
As ESAF Uganda, we call upon local leaders and research bodies to embrace the contribution of local diversity to seed and food security. We also call upon them to promote the documentation of the same towards community resilience.